Dyslexia is caused by a different wiring in the brain, and that wiring enables people with dyslexia to think creatively and laterally and differently. In the real world, that's a huge advantage, but in the education system, it is a disadvantage unless those children are picked up early, given the right support, and we focus on their strengths. And our school system is so obsessed with conformity and measurement that all of the creativity that these children arrive with is just educated out of them. Ken Robinson talks in his very famous TED Talk about some research into creative thinking and lateral thinking. And when children start primary school or elementary school, 97% of them are genius level lateral thinkers. By the time they start by the time they leave primary school or elementary school, that's down to just 43%. So all of that creativity has been squeezed out of these children. Now for dyslexic kids, dyslexic people, we're hardwired for that. So the chances are that's still going to carry on through our education. And certainly when we get out into the real world, we're going to tap into that to do the extraordinary things that you've seen. But if you're not dyslexic, this is a really big problem because there's a plasticity in the brain. It's just like a muscle. If you don't use it, it withers away and it's very, very hard to get it back. So we're letting this creativity wither away in all these amazing children. So it's an important issue that we really need to address. Just to bear with me for a moment. Let's all look around the room and have a think about something. Most of you will have a phone in your pocket. Many of you will have an iPhone. Steve Jobs, the inventor or creator of Apple, was made by dyslexia. So is Johnny Ive, who does all the amazing designs for the iPhone. And some of you may well have come by car, or certainly may well have a car at home. Henry Ford, who created the first car assembly line, was made by dyslexia. And the light bulbs that are shining down on us here, Thomas Edison created the light bulb. He was made by dyslexia. So, and the other thing is that GCHQ, the British Intelligence Agency, who actually keep our country safe from terrorists, actually actively employ dyslexic people because of their different way of thinking and their different way of being able to solve things and create patterns. So not only has dyslexic thinking created much of the modern world, but it's also keeping us safe. So just imagine if we were nurturing this type of intelligence, just imagine what that could be doing in our future. As we enter an age which is so exciting but so uncertain, as we enter the age of the fourth industrial revolution, as it's now being called, where robots and artificial intelligence is going to take over a lot of what we do as jobs, we have absolutely no idea what the job market is going to look like in 1 year, 5 years, or 10 years. What we do know, and what experts are agreed on, is that the type of intelligences that we need are the type of intelligences that dyslexics have. The innovation, the creativity, the thinking out of the box. So my big thought here is that why don't we, instead of actually taking these brilliant dyslexic minds and squashing them into an education system that doesn't fit and calls them disabled or disadvantaged, why don't we open up the education system? Why don't we teach all children the creativity and the innovation so they can actually learn to think like a dyslexic? And that will help to make our future world.